bitch, I'm in the...
What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Brian. With me always,
I am Mark.
Son of a bitch. Oh my God, you got it. Holy crap. Mark, how you been, buddy? How was your vacation?
Oh, it was wonderful. Couldn't have it any other way.
Heard you brought some tornadoes into town with you when you showed up to.
Okay, first off, they were following my ass. I wasn't going anywhere. So
That's like your final destination, Mark. I'm telling you. Tornadoes and fucking hurricanes, right? You brought them from Florida. You took them across the states with you. So there you go.
Yeah, no, that was bad enough. I seen the aftermath. That was pretty bad. But I went quite a bit of places, so this should be fun.
Perfect. Mark, we have a very special show lined up for our viewers and listeners tonight. We have from Glick's House of Music joining us on stage, Mr. Glick himself. You want to bring him in?
Hey, I'm Glick.
Glick, what's happening? Yes.
I remembered my name too.
Guys, if you haven't noticed, there is a logo right over here. Right. Where's it at? It's right there. If you have not noticed that, shame on you. But we are now a part of Glick's network. What is that called, Glick? How do you say this?
It's our network, first and foremost, gentlemen, but it is the Nonsensical Network.
That's awesome, man. And thank you for allowing us to be a part, take part, and help with it. And we plan on making it grow and become something special. If you don't know what that is, guys, there is a Facebook page dedicated to the Nonsensical Network group. Please head over to Facebook and check out the Nonsensical Network, and you can see a list of all your favorite shows. You have Monday, Men's Mental Health Monday. You have Tuesday. You have Jeff's Garage on Tuesday. Wednesday, you have Glick's House of Music.
No. Wednesday's what the fuck news?
Oh, I'm sorry. What the fuck news? Okay, WTF news. Sorry. Thursday, you have us.
Don't mess that up.
People are like, take them out. We don't want them anymore. And
Friday. Every other Friday right now, right? Is right now. Glick's House of Music.
That's right. Saturday, you have Open Door Challenge on the Nonsensical Show, right? Is that what it is?
Nonsense.
Nonsensical Nonsense.
The flagship show of the station.
The flagship show. Yep. And then Sunday, you have Stephen Jarvis from the Jarvis Podcast. So head on over to the Nonsensical Network. Please give us a like, give us a follow, and check out everybody that's on the network. Those guys would greatly appreciate it. Guys, do you see the thing behind me? It says punk rock.
Hey, we have actually somebody good on our show. I mean, we've had no, not you. You're just here for the ride this time. I reached out to this man, and I had reached out to him before, and he was about ready to go on do some touring. So that was back in November and December. So I decided to reach out to him again, and when he said yes, Brian about crapped his pants. So
I'm a huge fan of punk rock music, ladies and gentlemen. If you can't tell from the sign behind me.
So we're gonna go ahead and bring him on, and this is who?
Richie Ramone from the Ramones.
What's happening?
What's happening, Richie? How are you?
Doing real good.
Perfect. Hey, first of all, I just wanted to say thank you for humbling me and allowing me to have an opportunity to speak with you. These guys too, I think I've hyped them up a lot. Glick was super stoked. I said, "Have you heard of this gentleman before?" And he was like, "Well, yes." I was like,
that was not his answer the first time. It was who? And then he had to wake up a little bit more and tell me, "Oh, I know who he is."
Yeah, I was going to say, please remember, it was a Sunday morning, and I'd been up very late Saturday night the night before, partying like a rock star. So
that's right. So
good.
Let's get into it. So first question we always like to ask our guests. I think I already crossed that and said, "How are you?" making sure you're good, everything's good. What has been going on in your day to day? I know you were super excited. You were like, damn, I'm going to be on this show talking shit. So
Nobody ever says that.
Yeah, that's where I am right now, day to day, right?
right on.
I mean, we got off a tour like the middle of December, and then just still just writing and doing the usual stuff, that musicians do. A little bit of that, a little bit of this, everything in moderation.
Right on.
But things are going good. There's a lot of little stuff going on. A lot of movies I've been doing lately, and so
What movies
things are
are
good.
you doing?
Stuff that I've done. I did Vengeance 2 Bloodlines, that Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah.
That's on YouTube. And Head Cheese, the movie it's called, that's on Amazon. And Protege Moore, I'm a vampire in that movie. I just got back from Kentucky shooting another movie called The Boy from Below. And what else? 259, that's another movie. I play
Oh,
a
You're
clairvoyant.
a part
you're
of
in-
that one.
Wow. We've had
We
a lot
saw
of
we saw a trailer for that. That
Yeah.
looks like it's going to be something else.
We've had a lot of their
Yeah, it should
cast
be
on the
fun.
show.
Yeah.
And Cody
So there's a
Newton,
lot
he's
of good
awesome.
things. I fell into that during COVID, and I really like it. So
Good. Do you bring any of the musical stuff with you when you're out
Yes.
doing these films and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's what's cool too, that I also get some music in the films if they want it, you know what I'm saying? Like I
Hell
did
yeah.
that single, I did Cry Little Sister, the song Cry Little Sister, I did that movie for the Protege Moore soundtrack, and I think in Vengeance 2 they have 2 of my songs in there off my second album. So it's kind of fun.
Gotcha. Richie, are you originally from Jersey?
Yes, Passaic.
Okay, I spent a little time in Jersey. I was actually in a place called Tom's River, New Jersey. You know where that's at?
Tom's River, yeah. That's way South Jersey. I think
Yeah.
exit 4 or 7 on the turnpike.
Yeah, I was at
Yeah, I know Tom's River.
Lakehurst Naval Station out there in Jersey where the Hindenburg crashed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
It's actually nice, South Jersey down there. It's more country down there.
yeah, it's close to the city too. Like it's a couple hours to the city, I think, to go into New York and stuff like that. You guys performed a ton in New York, is that right? Back in the 80s and stuff?
The tri-state area, New York,
Yep.
Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Jersey, around that, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we played a lot there.
Am I the only one asking questions?
We're letting you talk right
Sorry.
now. We're trying not to step on anybody's toes.
I'm sorry, I'm a fangirl, dude. I'm sorry, man, but
no, I told you when this stuff happens, I'm gonna let it happen.
Richie, you're still writing songs. Do you think that you're gonna retire from writing or going on tour or anything like that? Do you think that that's gonna?
I don't know if you ever retire. You just become more choosy of what tours you're doing. Not staying on the road for 120 shows a year.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. So, but writing's good because I have a publishing company now that I'm getting involved with all the movies and the TV to get music into that. So I kind of like that. I kind of like the studio. So at least that keeps me going, and that you can do forever. So I'm enjoying that.
Where is
And then I keep getting.
Oh, sorry.
I keep getting these acting roles. I go again in July to another movie. So it's kind of fun. So I think that's enough to keep me busy in my golf game. And what else do I need to do, really?
Have you
The
written?
Joey Ramone
Yeah.
the Joey Ramone birthday bashes we're going there on the 19th this month. So
I want to go.
I'll be in New York. I'll be in New York City then.
I want to go. Where's my invite?
Brian, read the comment.
It's sold out. You can't go.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Peter Anthony popped on here and he said, "Hey, Richie, just popping in.
Hey,
Wanted to
how you
say
doing,
hi." He saw
Yeah, he's
you
a
play
cool dude.
at Toads in New Haven.
Yes. What about it?
Tell us a little bit about Toads. What's the place like?
I don't remember about Toad. Come on, it's like 40 years ago, whatever. Come on.
It wasn't that long
It's just
ago.
another Toads it's another nightclub. That's all I know.
Okay.
They all kind of start
You
to
know?
blend after a while. They're all the same, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long. When I did my autobiography, it was very difficult. We had to like really do a lot of research and remembering and talking to friends to get all the dates and all the places I was during my life. It's a tough thing to recall. So
Good thing I'm not writing an autobiography. I can't remember shit.
yeah, it's hard because you don't want to get anything wrong,
Right.
But so. But
Have
yeah,
you
Toads is just another nightclub. We
Yep.
played there. We played a lot in Rhode Island, and so we played about 160 shows a year. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, and who's can I ask this question? I don't want to be I'm not trying to sound rude or anything, but I know you guys were on tour for the longest and you were hitting, you were doing 180 shows, I think, a year, 160, 180 shows. Whose idea was it to switch up the pace? Because I feel like I remember reading somewhere where the band decided, or I don't remember if it was back when Dee Dee was still there, or if it was Johnny Ramone, if one of you guys was like, "Hey, we want to just kind of take a step back. I'm trying to, spend a little bit of time with family and friends and stuff like that because we're always on the road."
I never heard that.
Yeah, I read that.
Oh,
So maybe that was before you had joined,
or after me, it could have been.
or it could have been
wasn't
after.
before.
Yeah.
When I
Okay.
was there, we were doing 160 shows, so it had to be
Okay.
after. But I
Okay.
don't know about that. I mean, the Ramones don't sell any records. You don't sell records, so you make your money by playing live and selling T-shirts. Like most bands today, that's how you make your money. You don't sell records,
Gotcha.
except Taylor Swift and a few other people.
Have you written music for anybody else?
Yeah, we wrote a song called "Orbit" for Fred Schneider from the B-52s when he did his solo album. It's called "Orbit." It's on his solo album. So that was the most well-known person who ever took a song.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you guys were out on tour, like these guys nowadays, they got buses and whatnot. Did you guys have a bus? Did you guys caravan in a couple of cars? How did that go down?
No, the first tour when I got in the band, we had a bus, and we stayed in Holiday Inn, so we didn't sleep on the bus, which is cool. We had a bus and stayed in Holiday Inns, and then there were three, U-Haul trucks that took the sound and the lighting and all that stuff. Because remember back then in the 80s, these clubs really didn't have sound systems. A lot of them now have really good sound systems. So you had to bring your own sound in and bring your own lights in to all these nightclubs. So we'd have this monstrous system in a club that held 700 people. It was loud. And, so that's how we traveled. And then after a while, I think the next tour, they were like, why we spend all this money on a bus? So, because we are staying in hotels too. So in the U.S., you'd cut it up into sections, like maybe Vegas and the West Coast and all that. And you fly in there, get a van, and then go to the gigs around there. Then do the Midwest, fly in there, and then the East Coast, you know what I'm saying? and travel in a van, do it like 3 weeks like that. And then in Europe and everywhere, you always get buses. But
Yeah, the
so,
reason I had asked about the tour buses and stuff like that, because I know a lot of times people will fly or people will drive separately or stuff like that. And my question was leading to, have you ever showed up to a gig and something wasn't there? Your drums or the bass guitar or something like that. Has
no,
anything ever happened like that?
no, why would that happen?
I'm just asking. I'm asking the question. I just wanted to know.
Not in the Ramones, that would never happen.
Okay.
We had a bunch of people working for us, you know.
Roadies. You got
Everything was set
roadies.
up. Yeah, everything was set up perfectly. You know, they took care of all that. You know, because you couldn't see, you know, when we never really did sound checks because they were a waste of time, only like maybe in a few big cities. But when the music came on, we were going on the stage, there was so much smoke, you couldn't see anything. You had to have somebody guide you with their hand. So to find the drum store, when you sat in the seat, you still couldn't see anything. You couldn't see a drum or a cymbal. So if those things weren't set up exactly right, you'd cut your hand on the cymbal or something, you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
So these guys really set it up so it's perfect every night. So I knew where I was going, you know, because you couldn't see anything. That smoke was so thick. It took like 3 songs for it to finally clear out.
Damn.
But
So the
yeah, no,
remote.
all that's good. They all did a great job. You know, that it was a well-run professional club band, you
Yeah.
know.
So the Ramones are considered punk rock, and not rock and roll, but punk rock, right? Do you still
Well, I don't
consider
know
the
what
Ramones as?
I don't even know what punk rock is anymore, you know. It's all
It's
rock and
definitely
roll
not
to me,
punk rock
you know.
nowadays. What they
There's
call
all
punk.
different kinds of punk rock and, you know, hardcore, speedcore, this, that. I'm not a label guy. So,
Okay.
I mean, if you
Well,
want, you know, that was just a term that I think Legs made up at the time, and it kind of stuck, you know, I guess because it's rawness or whatever. I mean, you know, there's punk rock that is just so angry and nasty and disgusting, and, you know, that's not what the Ramones were about, you know. Ramones mainly had a positive message and fun messages, you know. Their lyrics are fun, you know. They're not like, fuck the government, fuck them, you know what I'm saying, and doing all
right.
that kind of shit. So, so punk rock is such a big, long word, you know. I don't know. And they were more on, you know, they had that little 60s vibe and a little bit of, you know, bubblegum stuff going in there too, you know, so compared to other punk rock bands. So, but yes, if they were going to call the Ramones, yes, they're a punk rock band. That's what
They're
they're known
the,
as.
the Ramones are credited as being one of the originators of punk music. What show are you doing? From my understanding, they kind of set the precedent as far as
Everyone.
punk and when punk rock was first coming about.
Mhm.
Um, they kind of met that 3-tier criteria: the look, the sound, the attitude, um,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
influenced a lot of other bands.
yeah, they kind of did it. But then you had the MC5 earlier. You had,
Mhm.
you know, a bunch of different bands who were on that edge of that thing. Their thing, the 4-piece, the leather jacket. It was a style. It was a movement.
Mhm.
Um, they came out during the disco era. You know, broke all the boundaries. And yes, so many musicians and bands, you know, got into music because of them. And then the Sex Pistols came later, and all that started that, which is true. Everybody said, "Well, I could do that. Go play those 3 chords," and that's what they did. So
Yeah.
they a lot of people picked up instruments because of them. You
Yeah.
know. So yes,
Before you,
they were originators. That's for sure,
yeah,
and that's why their music is timeless. Like, it's not dated. You could hear a song from '79, and it doesn't feel like '79, a Ramones song.
yeah.
You can listen to other bands, and it's like, ooh, that sounds like that time. But listen to Ramones songs; they don't really have a stamp on them like a dated sound,
Right.
which is really cool.
before you joined the Ramones, you were with Velveteen and the Shirts, correct? Or you played
Yeah, I
with
played with the Shirts, Velveteen. Before that, a band called Remod, REMOD. So yeah,
the
I was playing
Shirts?
around the city, like in CBGBs and all those
I
places.
was just getting ready to ask you. The Shirts are pretty tightly connected with CBGB down there out there in New York. That's a pretty iconic club. What's it like coming up, playing and back then it probably didn't have necessarily wasn't as big as everybody looks now. You guys might have thought, oh my God, this is an
No,
iconic venue like it is now. What was it like coming up and being known for?
CBGBs, I played in Remod and the Shirts and Velveteen. I never played CBGBs in the Ramones. They did that earlier in their career, like in the early 70s. Then they stopped playing CBGBs. But I played there in other bands. In fact, we used to, I knew Hilly, and with the Shirts, I knew the guitar player, Ronnie Odito. He would run sound there, and Hilly had a great 16-track, 2-inch tape recorder. So when it shut down at 4 a.m., we'd record in there till 8 or 9 in the morning. He let us finish all the beer that was in the sink with ice in it. So we got to record down there. In fact, that's where we recorded the demo for Fred Schneider for that, the B-52's, his solo album. So yeah, that was a great place to play. It had a killer sound system, and it was, come on, the East Village was great then, it was just oozing with the arts and excitement, in the late 70s and early 80s. Fantastic place.
Here's a question from Jeff from Jeff's Garage. He wants to know, do you have a most memorable moment?
No, not really, Jeff. There's so many. First of all, I was in one of the greatest bands in the world. I was fortunate to be in that band, to be a brother. So every moment's a great moment in that respect. But there's been, wonderful, wonderful moments and times, but there's not one great thing. Well, I don't think anything sticks above anything else with the band. A lot of crazy stuff went on, but there's not one. I can't do one thing. Just like I can't pick. Oh, the next question could be, "What's your favorite Ramones song?" I ain't answering that one either.
No, I don't see that up. I don't see that up here anywhere.
It's coming.
I don't see it.
How did you get the opportunity to become the drummer there? Was that, did you guys know each other from performing and they just liked your style, or was it by chance?
I never met them.
Oh,
Going back to the Shirts. The Shirts had a house, a 3-story brownstone near Prospect Park in Brooklyn, New York, just to show you how cheap stuff was back then. And people would rent some rooms in there, and they had a recording studio on the first floor, and they had like a little lounge area where people would come in and out 24 hours of the day, And that's where, Larry, he was the Ramones drum roadie, came. And he said he had to go. And I said, well, where are you going? And he said, well, the Ramones auditioning drummers. I said, well, put my name in the hat. And a few days later, I got a call to come down and play some songs. And that's how it happened, by chance, being in the right place at the right time. Pretty crazy, right?
yeah, it's one of those.
I love those. I love those right place, right time things.
It was a blind
know
audition. I had to go audition, then come back again, and then come back a third time, and that was it. So that's how it went.
So I read also that you didn't originally want to change your last name to Ramone. You wanted to. It was how did you do it?
I never
Richie.
said that. I didn't want to.
Well, no, I read that you didn't at first. You played the band at first as.
So that's because they didn't say yet.
Oh,
I swear, I probably was in the band made 2 videos. Started touring maybe for 3-4 months before they even said you're in the band.
Oh,
It was like the most bizarre thing. I kept going home thinking like, What are they gonna? Am I in the band? Like, what's going on? I'm making videos. No one's ever said. Not like a formal. There was never a formal thing. It just rolled into being there. But what got stupid is I was Richie Bo at the time. When I was in high school, I used to call myself Richie Rainbow until Who You Call It Blackmore's Rainbow came out, so I couldn't use the rainbow. So then I went French and called myself Richie Bo. But the problem is that at the in stores, the autograph signing, it was weird, Johnny Ramone and Richie Bo. So finally they said, no, you're Ramone now, so he's just signed Ramone. So that's how that happened. Because it was uncomfortable to sign not Ramone, you know what I'm saying? Didn't make sense. So,
Everybody else was signing that way, and then
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
then it was some. So I read it wrong. Is what happened. I
Yeah.
apologize. I've just read it wrong. I just know that when
And the Richie Bo, the Richie Bo autographs are worth a lot of money because that only happened probably. How many of those are out there on those albums with the rest of the guys? A couple months, you know.
Yeah, because
So
you
the
joined them
Johnny
right
Joey
before.
Didi and Richie Bo, they know that's from '83, and they're rare, you know, those signatures. To
Yeah.
this day, they try to get me to sign that name. I won't do it because of to keep the integrity and value of the people who really do have that record, you know.
Yeah, because you joined the band just before that Subterranean Jungle came
Right.
out.
Yeah, I toured on that. Yeah, it was like in January. I toured on that album.
And got to appear in the first couple videos with them and
Right.
whatnot. So that makes sense.
Time
You
has,
weren't
time has come
formally.
today. Time has come today, and psychotherapy. Those are the first two things we did before I even played the show.
Oh,
Two
wow.
videos. Did one in L.A. and did one in New York City, and then we did some kind of tour somewhere.
Yeah, so you were waiting for that formal invitation to become a Ramone, you know.
Well, yeah, just
So to
something
say.
like that, but it never really happened. So I guess you just took it for granted.
Yeah. Now, is it that being a Ramone, is that something? Once a Ramone, always a Ramone. You'll from here on out, you will never be nothing or known anything more as Richie Ramone. That's a name that
Pretty
stays with
much,
you.
yeah. I mean, that's what the public knows me as. You know, when I was trying to do my solo records, I was going to change my name. It didn't make sense. Why would I do that if people know me by that? So,
yeah.
That's all.
The tours you did overseas, did you enjoy those more than you enjoyed the stuff in the three boroughs, or
Thousands of times better.
Yeah.
Well,
different fan base, right?
With my band especially, the Ramones was great. Ramones was great everywhere you went. It was just bigger audiences, and in different parts, But with my band, playing the States isn't, it's not so much fun as opposed to going, to Brazil and Argentina and Chile, and it's crazy down there. The kids they're really into it. You know what I'm saying? They're really, really into it. They're not just standing around with their arms folded. They're part of the show. Here, States is a little calmer, and I don't think they really. Not for me. I don't have a big draw in the States.
The appreciation isn't quite here in the States as it is the same overseas.
Yeah. Well, some of the other bands who've been around 30, 40 years, and the Dwarves and the Queers and all these bands, they get over on the States because they know they have like 12 albums out. They've been playing here forever and ever.
Yeah.
But not me. So, and I don't, my show isn't just a Ramones covers. I have a couple albums, and I just don't play a whole Ramones set, because I don't like doing that either. So today, pretty much everything is cover bands. That's what people want. They want to go in here. Oh, tonight we have, Steely Dan cover band. They have a cover, every cover band, and they're fucking good too. A lot of these bands are really good, and that's what people really enjoy. Go there, sing their songs, have their hands up with a cold one, yeah, and sing the songs. I wish, live music was a little more, I wish they'd go and it's a little more deeper. Go there and think a little bit. Don't just point your camera phone with a beer and sing the song that you know already. Imagine going and seeing a new band and trying to understand what they're doing and, get into something that way. But that's not what it is, it's just like a party and they want to just go out and hear the songs, and so cover bands are doing really, really, really well now all over, they're the big draw.
Well, some of the cover bands will have a name that's super close to, and then you think you're going to see somebody, and then you show up and you're like, "Who the fuck
Come
is
on, you
this?"
can't be that. Come on, you can't be that dumb.
Listen,
Come
I'm
on.
telling you, it happens. The Red Knot Chili Peppers were at a bar down here
Oh yeah,
called
and you
Market
almost bought
48.
tickets. Oh, the Chili Peppers, they're playing down the block at the little bar. It's $15. Let's go. That was
So
you
you
too, the same guy who got the other thing mixed up. That I wanted to say. Wow. Okay.
The Red Knot Chili Peppers. I was like, son of a bitch.
Come on, Brian. Even I would have not a fault for that.
I read it really fast. Okay, so anyway,
Richie, you've had one hell of a career. Not only the 3 or 4 years you spent with the Ramones, you did the 3 albums with them. You've been with the Rock and Roll Rats, the Gobshits, a couple albums there, your solo albums, and then the list of guest appearances. You sound like you are in pretty high demand. I mean, how do you stay so relevant and continue?
That's why I'm here. That's
everybody wants
you.
I mean, that's the credentials is amazing. I mean, even playing on Joey's solo album, and so you've had a long run.
It's nice to be wanted. It's nice to be wanted, and I'm a pro at what I do. What I touch is you're gonna get a professional product. That's I'm there to do the right thing. But I wouldn't call myself super busy. It's comfortable. At least there's something always going on. I'm getting old now, so I thought it'd be winding down a little more, but there's new opportunities with, like Disney and things like that. And I'm going to be talking to people, whether it's music or doing voiceovers, So because they like my voice. It's kind of different. I don't know what's different about it. It's New Jersey, but.
You got a Jersey accent.
You got Jersey accent. It's got a little gravel in it. I mean, it sounds like you would be a good villain in an animated, like an animated movie or something like that.
I'm down. I'm watching this. This is happening.
So like this. Yeah, there's like some opportunities coming my way, and we'll see what happens. But this business is just, it's a roller coaster, man. People tell you things and it don't happen. You get your hopes up, it goes down. It's a really, really tough business, the arts. Don't fool yourself. Okay. So I don't try to get too excited either way anymore, because the letdowns are too much. But you try to just stay here. Oh, that sounds good, and it could be something great. But you don't want to get too excited, because when it goes away, it goes away. So
Richie just named my new band. You just named my new band. What? The Letdowns.
Yeah.
We're gonna show up. We're gonna be super late. The party's already gonna be over, and that's it. Sorry. Everybody go home.
That should have been the name of our show.
Oh fuck.
It's not too late to change.
No.
Richie, you left the band in 1987. Is that about right?
Yes.
Okay. That question came from Rip Dog. My question is, why? Was there a reason behind it? There was no falling out? I think you guys are still in tight and everything like that, right? So it was
this
just.
I
feel like you had
to. It's so old. It's like it's been told a million times. This question.
I'm going to ask it a million and one.
There's this, we couldn't come to terms on some business dealings with merchandise and other things. And that was it. We tried to handle it. It was probably, we tried to handle it between us as friends because we know each other for 5 years, Johnny and I. But that's probably not the way to do it. You should go through the lawyers like you do everything else and let them hash out the things. So it didn't work out, and that was it. So I left. That was it.
It wasn't a bad leave though. It was just like I'm gonna go do something different.
No, it's a bad leave. I just fucking left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm trying to figure out how to leave this fucking podcast and I can't fucking do it.
Yeah, no, I just look. You can read all about all this stuff, and I Know Better Now, my autobiography.
There you go.
Really explains it. Really explains it in detail. I was hoping one of you guys would have read it before the interview, but
I'm sorry.
Quite honestly, I didn't know about it before the interview, or otherwise
I knew about it. I kind of read. I didn't read the book, but I read the synopsis. I know a little bit. That's why I'm asking the questions that I'm asking. I just didn't know if it was a bad breakup because that wasn't really stated. It was just that you had left and you went on to do other things, and people would still refer back to you being in the Ramones. And at one point, and once again, I read it on Google. So please don't hate me. I read it on Google. But you had said at one in an interview or something on a show or something, I don't want to be known for just being in that band.
Who?
You. Did you not say it?
I don't know. I never heard that.
Okay, I'm gonna find it again.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you.
me.
Okay, I will.
See, some people like to be known for, just one thing because they use that star power. Other people, they want to be known as more than just that one thing that they do.
Yeah, but man, I don't even think in those terms. I don't want to be known as. I just want to be known as Joe Schmo. I'm just like you, all you guys. I just had a different job. That's all the fuck I am. I'm nothing else. I don't want to be known as this or legacy or all this nonsense. I'm just a fucking person like everybody else.
That's what he wants to be known as.
All that stuff, because I wouldn't. That's why I don't really talk that way. I don't care about that. But sure, I left the band. We played in Long Island. Right after the show, I said I fucking quit. I had a white limousine. I had my 2 Quaaludes and Dom Perignon champagne waiting with 2 girls in a limousine who came to pick me up to take me back to New York City, a 2-hour ride. I said goodbye, walked out of the room, and that was it. So I don't think that's a very friendly split, do you? They had they had 2 shows. They had 2 shows the next 2 nights. They had to cancel those.
They didn't call you?
They huh?
They didn't call you to say, hey, are you coming? Are you fucking with us? Are you coming? You coming to the show?
No, I quit.
Okay.
They knew that. They came to the apartment the next day and loitered in the hallway for like 4 hours, banging on the doors and saying, we'll do this and we'll get rid of Johnny or we'll do this for you and that. But I had made up my mind I wasn't going to bend. So, that was it. So no regrets.
That's pretty fucking punk rock, though. I mean, once again, we go back to the punk rock thing, and that's a punk rock thing to do, though. I mean,
yeah, it was crazy that day with them. I was in this nice apartment building, and they were all not the Ramones, the managers and all that kind of shit.
Yeah,
trying to convince me.
Come back. They need you.
But I heard maybe what you misinterpreted was, I had this funny feeling as that, they were gonna do this so they could play those next 2 shows, and then John would fire me, after those 2 shows. So that's what I didn't want. I didn't want to be the guy who was fired from the Ramones. I was the guy who quit the Ramones. That's a big difference.
Guy who quit like a badass.
Oh.
But at the end of the day, I mean, you've had a very successful career. You've had one hell of a run.
Yeah, man.
Looking back at it, is there any regrets or anything like that? Because
no, You can't regret. Never regret. In anything you do, any decision you make, never regret. Be a man, pull up your pants. You can't regret. That's
Okay.
not a good thing.
I agree with that
You
100%. Man.
I
No,
love
it's not
that.
a good
I
thing.
love that.
That's what I always say. Everything happens for a reason. So, you know.
Yeah. If I didn't do that, then I wouldn't have met the girl I'm with now. And man, when you go through life and all the little turns, well, if that happened, you would have been there. That you wouldn't have met me. That you wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have ended up here where I am now. You know, I could have died in the van. I don't know. There's so many things, the way life takes you through different ways, you know?
Mhm.
So there's nothing to regret.
Good. I like that. No regrets. Can I ask this question here? The bands that are coming up now, is there anybody that you follow and like and say, man, they got a really crazy, awesome sound?
No, I'm really not following anybody. I look around sometimes, you know. I mainly listen a lot on the radio, and sometimes on Instagram some videos pop up. But I'm all over the place musically, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm not just like listening to punk rock or any of that stuff. I listen to all kinds of things, which I think is important. And then you can interpret it and, you know, make your own music out of that rather than stick them with one genre.
So you don't have anybody favorite that you would be
No.
on a long car ride and say, "Oh, play this CD, play this
No.
album, play that song." Okay.
No, maybe no, not really.
Okay.
I get a lot of fun things when I'm on tour because I get to see a lot of bands, local bands and stuff. So that's kind of fun. And if I hear something, I'll come out of the dressing room but there's just, you know, there's just such a saturation of bands now in music, you know. It's hard to stay ahead of the curve, you know. There's so much. Like,
yeah, there's such a variety out there, you know. I love music. I listen to all different genres. Sometimes I shock people with some of the genres and some of the artists that I like. They wouldn't expect me to fall into that category. I think that's kind of where maybe Brian was maybe going with that. Didn't know if you kind of stayed in one subsect of music, but you know, the greatest thing about music for me, and like you said, you know, your guys' music was fun, upbeat. You know, I like the songs back in the day. You don't hear it too much anymore, but the songs that tell a story. Not only do they tell a story, but you know, corresponding videos and stuff like that that go with them. You know, they really kind of, you find it easy to relate to. And there's, you know, a few of the songs from the Ramones like that. You know, I was like, ooh, let me gravitate a little bit more towards, you know, the punk side. I never really listened to, but then it's like, oh yeah, okay, I can bop along to this and have fun and have a good time.
And Mark has one of those songs that I feel like this is a song that you wrote and you performed. Can you play that one?
Which one are we talking about?
I Fixed It.
Yeah.
This is a song that you...
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, hit the wrong button.
So, real quick, I just wanted to see if this was the song that you wrote. This is a song that you did.
Yeah, I fixed this from my second album. So
can we play this one real quick?
Song.
I love this song. Yeah, play this song, Mark.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! 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 Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! There's a kid standing on the street, just looking for something to eat. Whoa, yeah, I fixed it. What's that you say? It's fabulous, ain't it?
Absolutely fantastic. I love that fucking song, man. It's
Great video.
it's a great video. It's you got everybody involved on the set. Yes, I absolutely love the song. Can I ask you how you wrote it, what it was about originally?
Oh, okay. I think it's funny you picked that because that's what I'm opening my set with at the Joey Ramone Bash, that song. But
Awesome.
this is a funny story because it's called I Fix This, right?
Yes.
Maybe at the bed, I fixed this. So I
Okay.
was in Sweden. When we were in Sweden, the tour manager, I'd ask him, I got to get to the store, or how many hours we have. Can you get me a cheeseburger? He says, I fixed this. Can you take me down, I don't know, down the road for something? He says, I fixed this. That's how he said, like instead of I'll take care of it or whatever, he'd say, I fixed this. So one day, now he used to say that. I went to the store on my own. I don't know, I went to buy a pack of cigarettes or something. Or I asked the girl behind the thing if I could have something, and she said, I fixed this. And that's why I almost fell on the floor because it seemed to be like how they spoke there, That's
Okay.
the phrase they used, I fixed this. So I told that guy, I said, I'm going to write a song about that, and I did. But it's not necessarily about that. It's just that title is, amazing, So it's all about different things, You want a college degree, I fixed this, whatever you want. I'll take care of it. Instead of saying I'll take care of it, it's I fixed this.
Yeah,
That's story.
the kid on the street looking for something to eat. I fixed this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go get him some food. Yeah.
Right.
Cry Little Sister was amazing. This is from Hand of Seeds. Cry Little Sister was in fact in another amazing. How did that one come about?
That came about because Robbie Lopez, the director of Protégé Moore, where I played the 900-year-old vampire, he said, oh, we got to do Cry Little Sister cover for that soundtrack. So I ended up doing it for the movie, and I made it a single. And
Very cool.
that's how that came about. But it came out really cool. It's all guitars. It has my little spin on it, and it's a really good version.
Okay.
I was going to download that song, but that video, but that one just would not let me.
No,
for some reason it just.
The video wouldn't let you.
Yeah,
the video probably would.
I mean, it was really good. I mean, I liked it. You had the things and all that in it. It was a great video.
Here's a Richie. Here's a guest question.
Me. I would have sent it to you if you texted me.
Yeah, Mark, you ass.
Well, I got a lot of different things, and don't put up that last question.
Okay.
We're not going to ask that.
Okay.
No, well,
Richie can see the fucking question over there.
I know, but we never.
I can't see the question.
Oh,
he's on his phone. He can't see him.
Okay.
We just don't ask people about,
Okay.
money. Okay.
It was a money situation. We're not going to ask about a money situation question. So Cameron, sorry, ask a different question.
I'm fucking rich, man. I'm really fucking rich. See this?
Richie fucking Ramone.
20 acres.
Yeah, you got a fucking eagle or something behind you, don't you?
Yeah. And chickens, I'm really fucking rich. Tell that question person.
What's the bird that keeps flying in behind you? Do you want a hawk?
Yeah, I have hawks. I have chickens.
No shit.
Oh, that could be a raven. We have they're so amazing. Ravens, they mate for life, And like lobsters, that's why I kind of eat lobsters because there's like a man and woman lobster who live together, for life. There's a few animals that do that. Now that's a hawk right now. The raven's chasing the hawk. Because every year, this time, they just had their 2 babies in the tree here. And Probably in a week's time, they'll jump out of that nest and start trying to learn to fly. But they come to my door every morning and early in the morning, and they get fed the ravens, and they're part of the family. They've been here like 6 years.
Oh
It's
shit!
crazy. Yeah, and they're
You
big.
got them.
And
You
they
got them named.
Huh?
You got them named. You claim them on your taxes.
Yeah, we got them named. I have chickens that have names, and the chickens are just for fun. We don't eat them.
Do you get eggs?
Well,
Oh
they're
yeah,
chickens.
they're delicious.
They're
Yeah,
chickens.
but
So yeah, he gets like
fresh eggs, best eggs. Well,
Yeah.
Mark and I live in the country. Glick doesn't know what
Oh,
the
okay.
country life is like. He lives up in smog infested Ohio,
Okay, first
in
and
the
foremost,
city.
foremost,
I'm
Florida,
sure he
Florida
saw it in a
idiots.
magazine or a
Yeah,
book.
you Florida idiots. I grew up working on farms. I spent most of my life. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, Podunk, Ohio. I grew up working on farms most of my life, cattle farms. And I grew up and I have this conversation with my kids and my fiance because they want all these farm animals for pets, and I said I grew up and I was
They're
always
not
taught
pets,
that
man.
farm animals are either equipment or food. They're not pets. They were either a tool or something
yeah.
to eat.
Tell my family that.
I'm not a big fan of chicken. I would love to have chickens for eggs. I don't want to eat them because they're disgusting little birds.
Right.
Yeah, no, I know a little bit about the country life. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ask the question. So Cameron says he doesn't want to know how much money you make or anything like that. The question was, do you get any royalties when you did the quick leave from the Ramones? Do you continue to get any royalties from any of the music or anything like that? And that's
Why
up
does
to
he
you. You don't
wanna
have to
know?
answer. I don't know. You don't have to answer the question. You're gonna be like, pass.
Of course I do. I wrote songs. I've had
Exactly.
performances. What do you think? You can't take that away. That's the law.
That's your money. You wrote the
Of
song. It's your
course.
money. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I can write some lyrics. I cannot write a fucking. I don't know the tune though. So if anybody ever needs lyrics, call me. We'll figure it out.
I can
I
only
got you.
imagine your lyrics would be as bad as your jokes that you write. So I would recommend people pass on the lyrics.
Suck it, Glick. Suck it.
Richie, when it comes to writing music, where do you get your inspiration from? Is a lot of and I ask every musician this, so this is just me. Is it a lot of personal experiences, or just
Yes.
maybe sitting out there in the field one day and see the ravens and see them having their next set of babies and something pops into your head?
Right. It's all. That's exactly right. It has to be personal. It has to be something that you felt or experienced, for me anyway, because then it becomes more emotional with the lyrics and singing it, Singing about something fake isn't the same for me. So yeah, something I see on the road or anywhere. But it comes in, you got to be inspired. You got to be inspired. Like and you have to do the work. It's not like people think, oh, you're just walking down the street and you wrote a song. No, you got to go in there and work at it. It's work.
A lot of trial and error and making
Yeah.
sure things
Wait a
line
minute.
up properly.
Hold on. You mean he's not like Taylor Swift and can write a song about just anything?
Well, you can write a song about anything. I don't know how fast you could do it, but
I think the difference between Richie and Taylor is Taylor has like 47 people writing a song for her, and
Yeah, exactly.
Richie's sitting down and doing his thing.
right,
No.
I just have a chicken and a raven to help me.
That one.
Yeah, no,
Do you-
it's got to come from within. When you listen to my latest album, Live to Tell, there's a lot of inner stuff and mental health things on that record, in the lyrics. It's a really deep record.
I was starting to listen to that album a little bit this week, and I tell you what, that song "Suffocate," as a guy who has dealt with a lot of mental health issues, that song "Suffocate" hit hard.
Yeah.
I mean that hit me hard. That's one that I've listened to quite a few times.
Have you seen the video to that? That's like an AI video.
Not yet. I like to throw my earbuds in when I'm at work and throw my phone in my back pocket and do my thing.
Right.
But that was one song. Like I said, that song hit it hit real personal for me, real close to home. But I will definitely be checking out the video. I do enjoy videos for songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that lyric, I need a straight jacket to force me into a hug.
Yeah.
Trying to find self-love. I mean, those 3 lines say an enormous amount that
Mhm.
affects millions of people. Trying to find self-love. You know, it's and it wasn't intended that record to come out that way. That's just the way shit was going on. And I guess it was. I was writing that record probably in 2022 as COVID was breaking. You know, coming out of that COVID. I didn't like COVID at all. I wasn't productive. I hated that time.
Shit.
Except I started to make movies, but other people were very productive and enjoyed it, but I didn't. And
It was terrible.
but
What a terrible hoax.
So I guess all that came out then, you know.
I was gonna say during that COVID era, or, you know, that COVID run. I mean, it had a, you know, it affected everybody differently, but it definitely rocked a lot of people's mental psyche.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Nope.
So,
Here's a question from William. Do you have any songs still left in the vault? Anything that you've written that's in the vault that you haven't let out yet?
oh, the vault. Yeah,
In
we
the
always
vault.
have stuff. We always have stuff in the vault. Yeah, this stuff. There's still some stuff. I took one out. When did I did one song that I wrote for the Ramones back on this last album, so that came out of the vault. I didn't really want to do it, but the band was like, "Nah, it's really good, so you should do it." So, yeah, this thing's there, but kind of an interesting question. I don't really have a vault.
You got a notebook? So Glick did a show the other night, and he had a young man on his show. And he asked him, do you have, what was it, a journal, a notebook?
No. I was asking him about one of his songs that he just released, and where it came from. And he said the song was actually sent to him by a friend of his. But he was saying, he said that it wasn't necessarily a song, and he was trying to think of what it kind of how it was and how he had to get the music and rearrange everything. And I said, was it like did it come in like a journal? And he was like, yeah, it's kind of, it's kind of like a journal book. You know, sometimes he'll just write stuff that down the road he might have 3 or 4 things that he's written, and then he merges everything and jumbles it around and basically creates one song out of different things.
Right, there's a lot. Yeah, I do that too. You have tons of stuff that's 40% done. Like ideas. Then you come back to them later. So.
Yep.
Because I have a setup of those studio here, so I can do all that and keep all that intact. But I got to be inspired. I can maybe not go in there for a week because I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And just wanna be lazy, but you can't be lazy.
You gotta stay on the grind.
Yeah.
Do you have your significant other, your lady in your life? Do you ever use her as like a soundboard if you write something and you're like, hey, what do you think about this before I go any further? Does she give you some good advice, or is she brutally honest with you?
That's gonna turn into fights. No way.
Oh no.
No, not really, but I guess at times, but I play her everything, So yeah, I'd say the answer is yes. I give that a yes. Sure, why not?
I know a lot of times for me, just doing this podcast thing, I have several shows under my belt that I host, and a lot of times I'll get an idea and I'll run it past my fiance, and like you said, sometimes I don't want to hear what she has to say because
you're gonna fucking do it anyway.
I feel good about an idea, and then she just completely shits on it. And I'm like, maybe you're right. Maybe it is a bad idea. You know?
Yeah. No,
And then there's other times where I feel really good about it, and I'm feeling extra feisty that day, and it's like, no, I'm gonna do it. And she reminds me I'm a jackass.
Richie, you said you like to play golf. How's your golf game?
Pretty good. What am I now? 9 handicap, so it's not bad.
Oh wow.
No.
Are you close to a golf course, or do you live on close to a golf course?
There's a couple. There's a couple around. There's one right down the hill here. So
Okay.
that's what I like out here. You know, I don't have to deal with the snow or the cold.
Are you on the West Coast?
Yes.
Is one of the golf courses in a place in California?
Oh God, you can be more specific for that.
He did tell us at the beginning.
I wasn't here. Where the fuck was I? I'm not asking you for your address or anything. What's your address, by the way? I'm kidding. You're in Cali. Are you in California now?
Yeah, LA.
How's the food?
It's good. It's gotten better. Not as good as East Coast food, but it's gotten much better.
I don't know. I gotta beg to differ.
He asks his guests every time that same question on how's the food out there, because he used to live in California, and he wanted to see if it's gotten any better since he lived there.
Well, listen, here's the thing. I miss In-N-Out. I don't know if you've been.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a fan of Jack in the Box, but my wife raves about their tacos. Jack in the Box. I call it Jack in the Crack.
Okay.
And then, you know, because we're so close to the border there, the Mexicans would come over and they would make carne asada and that kind of stuff. You're not getting that here on the East Coast. You're not getting. No. So my wife started a food truck, and she brought all the flavors from California to Florida. She has not had a bad review, knock on wood, because nobody has ever experienced the food that she makes.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I always ask anybody that lives in California, you know, obviously, I mean, is Jack in the Box better? Is In-N-Out need better? Do you go to Tijuana? I don't think you're close enough, right? You gotta go further south, right?
Yeah, we don't go there anymore.
You don't go there anymore? It was a good time back in the day. When I was young, it was a good time.
Yeah, well, it's fun. 100 years ago.
Yeah, you couldn't go. Here's the thing about Tijuana. I don't know if the guys know this or not, but you couldn't go alone in Tijuana because the cops are as corrupt as the politicians now. Just saying. You walk into Tijuana, your money better be in your sock.
Yeah, they always take your money. We used to drive in. They'd always take our cell phones and money.
Nope, not doing none of that. All right, Mark, you have been quiet the entire time. I know you got a question.
No, I knew that you guys would be more talkative in this one because, you know, most of the time on Glick's show, he's not this quiet.
I'm letting Brian do his thing.
I know you, Brian. You're very I
was super hyped about this show. Yes. I love the Ramones. I love what Richie did in the Ramones, and I just want to thank you so much for being a part of that and bringing the music that you did to that band and allowing me to hear that because my ear holes needed it.
Okay.
I do gotta ask you this: if another band is starting, these other bands that are coming up, and I know you said you go to a lot of shows, what kind of advice do you give these guys, or do you?
You just you got to write good songs. You know, depends what they want. What do they want to do? Make a career out of it? It's tough. got to have a good day job, and write good songs and know what a good song is and what's not a good song, and just don't believe your friends if they say it's a good song. But they have a lot of advantages because they have the internet. They have ways of getting their music out there and videos so people could see them. But the competition is fierce, and you just got to really want to do it.
Here's a question. Any advice? And we talked about this earlier.
Basically,
we're not labeling punks, but any advice to young punks?
I think he just gave it. Really. If you think about it, he just gave that advice.
I get it.
Yeah.
Don't write
Just
shit.
Be good. Be yourself, man. Be yourself. Be honest and true.
Go buy a leather jacket, a white
is.
T-shirt, and some fucking blue jeans, and fucking be a Ramone. Let's go.
Well, that's just the clothing side, but
that's right.
If you're a punk, that means you got to be a real person, and if something's on your mind, speak your mind, and have dignity and all that stuff. That's a real punk. It's not just about the fashion or the mohawk. So believe in yourself. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak your mind and be a good person. Punk isn't a bad person. Punk's a good person. Don't get that confused.
Exactly.
A fuckhead's a bad person, So.
Agreed, 100%.
100%.
I know it's probably a question that you've probably been asked a million times, but it's more of a curiosity thing for me. Out of all the songs that you've written, is there one that really stands out that as a favorite, or one that you're the most proud of that you've ever done?
Somebody put something in my drink. That's probably when I wrote for the Ramones. That really stands out.
I seen that question earlier. Was that based off of real events? That something that happened to you?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That'd make you stop drinking.
It's all in my book. I know better now. So go get a
Richie.
copy.
Richie, where can we get the book? Stuff. Where can we get the book at?
Amazon will have it.
Yeah, Brian's buying the book and letting me read it.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the book.
Yeah, it's only like $20, I think.
That's all right. We're gonna get the book. We're gonna get the
book. I'm not lying. Brian will buy the book and give it to me to read, and I'll have to tell him about it.
All right.
It's because words are hard.
Right.
You can't steal from Glick.
I can do whatever I want. It's my show.
It's a network. It's a network that's based.
Richie, listen, we asked you for an hour. You have been super humble, and you've given us an hour. I know that you got a little bit of daylight left in Cali. I don't want to let you go, but I'm going to let you go. Do you have anything else that you want people to know? Where can people watch you? What do you want them to watch? What do you want them to read?
Just go to my website, richieramone.com, and that'll tell you everything what's going on, and the videos and the movies and all that kind of stuff.
Excellent.
And what I'm doing, really, and they can hit me up on Instagram or whatever, because I answer all my own stuff. So,
yes, he awesome. Does. I can vouch for that one. He does.
Richie, I have one more question. This is more of a personal question. As I said, I do host a few different shows. And I would like to ask your permission. Would it be okay? We do take breaks and we play music and stuff like that. Would it be all right if we played some of your music? Especially, I would like to play Suffocate on my men's mental health show. If that's all right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
100%.
Awesome.
Well, of course, no problem. Out and tell people where to find you and all that stuff. But
okay, good.
I always like to ask permission before we play an artist's music.
No, that's nice.
Like
She'll
way.
get a guinea for it.
That's nice.
Oh,
Otherwise, I'd have to come over there and kick your ass.
Yeah, you know what? Then hey, you know what? Actually, we'll just forget that I asked you, because then I can have a story to tell somebody when I'm old. I'll be like, let me tell you about the one time that Richie Ramone showed up and kicked my ass.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much, Richie, for humbling us and being a part of Talking Shit on the Nonsensical Network. Thank you very much for your time, sir. We really appreciate you.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it, Richie.
guys. We'll
Have a
do it
good
again
one, man.
sometime.
All right.
Excellent. Yes. Thank you.
Richie.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Have a good one, buddy.
Peace. Holy shit, guys. My fucking heart is still fucking fluttering in my fucking chest. I was like, holy fuck, man, this guy is actually coming on our little fucking podcast, right, Click? Our little fucking podcast. And he's going to let us fucking talk to him.
And that
was awesome.
Well, that's why I didn't say, I didn't have to say much. I could tell that you were super excited about this. That's why I let you do talking. I mean, you do the talking anyways, but I let you do it more where I knew you had more on you than anything else. Glick was actually, surprisingly, he was actually quiet.
Yeah, dude, you were super quiet this time.
I think it's hard to get a word in edgewise with Brian.
I think he was.
I'm sorry, bro. I got a lot of questions. I read
was
stuff, and I wanted to like run that past him. And like he said, like I don't know where you read that, but if you find it again, and there was stuff on Google, so
not everything is right on Google.
But let's get the fucking book. Let's read the book. The book is I Know Better Now.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
I Know Better Now by Richie Ramone, whose real name is anybody? His real name's Reinhardt, not Ramone. So if you Google Richie Ramone, no, he said he could not use the rainbow name. So
Richie Bow. Yeah. He's a man of many names.
Hey, Jeff wants you to link it in the chat.
That's you. Go ahead. Put it up there. Mark,
we'll get
let's take a quick break and go ahead and play my favorite song from the Ramones.
Are you sure this is your favorite?
This is my absolute favorite. I'm sorry. I love this song too.
Let's find out.
All right, guys, here we go.
Just put me in a wheelchair and get me to the shore.
Guys, a lot of music is free on Spotify. If you have Spotify, if you got Apple Music, go type in the Ramones. Go listen to Blitzkrieg Bop. Listen to Sedated. Listen to I Fix This. There is just so many really, really good old school 1980s, 70s, 80s punk rock songs from this band. A lot of people don't know who the Ramones are. Give them a listen, give them a thumbs up, and I promise you that you will fall in love after you hear the song.
He never said Richie was in the band. He just said he liked the song.
Yeah, Richie wasn't in Richie.
No, he wasn't in that part of the band. Right. That was early 70s. That was right before he came in. But I like that song. That came out in 78 or 79. Yeah.
Hey, you know what's interesting we have here? Mr. Kyle Flett is actually watching our show.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets out of the house.
Why?
Soon.
Why? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, the Ramones have they have, and you have to remember they had a little bit of a revolving door with members.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have 4 surviving members that were in some form of the Ramones. Richie obviously being one of them, but they have a very large catalog of music. They got to do a song for a Stephen King movie. They did Pet Sematary.
Actually, they've done a lot of songs that are in movies.
Yeah, that was after Richie, but the guys got to go and hang out with Stephen King supposedly at his house and everything like that.
That's dope.
But it's a killer song. It's a great song. I know Will was in here earlier, and he was saying that was when he became a Ramones fan was because of that song.
Right. I know we don't normally, or we pick and choose what we put up here on comments and stuff like that. One of the things that we won't ask ever, because I mean I wouldn't want them to ask us. And I know that he rephrased it a little bit.
I will tell you. Listen, I'll tell you.
He's rich
Mark
as fuck.
made 16 cents.
No, 14 cents this month.
14 cents this month. On your personal or talking shit?
Personal.
On his personal. So talking shit's making $0. So there you go.
So
sorry, Click, I let you down on this one.
Quite honestly, if people would join our new page, Talking Shit page.
Oh yes, let's talk about this new page. How do you find it?
You type in Talking Shit.
Oh, the Nonsensical Network page? Yeah, you guys should totally check out the Nonsensical Network page.
Well, hold on. Wait.
You can find these guys there too.
But there's a way to get there. You just got to go a little bass backwards.
Oh, I need that. I got to get that link for your guys' new page too. I'll get it. I can get it myself, so I can add it to the link.
This is where we're going to be starting to do one of the shows that we do. But starting next week, we'll actually be on using the
100%.
Yes,
100%.
Nonsensical Network. We're with a bunch of fucked up people. I mean,
we call it the short bus, so
we might be fucked up people, but at least we can say the Nonsensical Network. Maybe one day you guys will be able to.
Mark can't do it because words are hard.
No, it's Nonsensical Network. I went to say nonsensical nonsense.
I know I've had to, I've been saying nonsensical nonsense for 3 years, and now I'm doing, Men Caring for Men, and now we just rebranded to What the Fuck News, and it's like, what day of the week is it? What show am I on?
Well, hold on. Listen, here's the thing. Let's get into real quick while we've got 17 viewers. Let's explain what the Nonsensical Network has to offer.
Hold up. Wait, before we do that, we got one other thing. All right. The ones that do join our new page, we're trying to get it back up to 700 since, Facebook fucked us on our group where we can't share, StreamYard to it anymore. We're going to do another giveaway. This time it'll be a little bit more than what we did last time. We're trying to get
us stickers to give away too. What?
Oh yeah, we got plenty of stickers still. But I'm talking about we're going to do some gift cards, and it's not just 2 this time. It could be 4. Yes, Brian, you have to open up your wallet a little bit more.
Listen, hey, you hear that? That's a bill collector. Let me get the door real quick. All right, guys, listen. Let's talk about this real quick, though, Mark Glick. Monday night on the Nonsensical Network, we can have. Yes, let's talk about it. Monday is.
No, hold on. Let's let him run it.
Hurry up, Mark! You're fucking losing people. What the fuck?
You want me to run? You want me to run this down for you? I've got
Let's
it.
Do it. Let's
okay,
do it.
So the Nonsensical Network is right now. It's 6 of us. It's a network that I've wanted to put together since I started Nonsensical Nonsense, and the right people weren't in place. And I'm very fortunate that I didn't make the mistake and start it with the
chose us as the right people.
Yeah, I got lucky. But anyways, so there's basically something for everybody, and there's still more to come down the road. We're still changing every day and finding our bearings and everything. But the Nonsensical Network, you can find everything at bio.link/the Nonsensical Network. All the links for all the social medias, YouTube, and everything like that. And you can also listen to all the shows on the major podcast platforms, including even the small platforms, podcasting platforms. But Monday nights, we kick off the week with Men Caring for Men. It's a men's mental health podcast. We just talk about real life things. We want to do our small part to get rid of the stigma when it comes to men's mental health. It's a group of guys. We have guests, and we talk about real shit. And we're not experts by no means. Yes.
I have a question. So I may have mental health issues every once in a while. Can I come on your show and talk to you?
Yeah, absolutely. We open the door to any it is a men's show, so any man who wants to come on and talk about things. We've actually had a few different guests. We're actually going to team up with these guys. I was going to
say something after we talk about.
We're doing a 2-part show. We're teaming up with these guys at the end of the month. They're going to kick it off. It's a veterans show. They're going to kick it off on Thursday night, and it's going to be what you guys are planning more like the jobs.
The first part of it is going to be the fun part.
Yeah.
You're going to get the more serious part on that Monday.
Yeah.
You're going to give the veterans a chance to vent because let's face it, guys. You've got kids that came straight out of high school that went into the military. That came back home to either nothing or stuff that was broken, problems, going back and thinking about if I would have, could have, should have. And what did Richie say earlier? He said, you can't live in the past, right?
Exactly.
You can't.
Sometimes it just happens, but.
So we don't want those guys to fall back on that. We're here to listen. We're here. You can bend our ears. Mark has been a absolute detriment for me. I'm super happy that I have him in my life because he doesn't understand it, but he listens and he's like, man, I got you.
That's the first time he ever told me that he was happy. I'm happy I'm in his life,
Whatever.
Tear up a little. But actually the best part about this is we do it twice a year. But if the double show works good, we may end up doing it more. But this month happens to be a Military Appreciation Month. And with Memorial Day at the end of the month, we figured it was a perfect time to do it. The other one we started it back in November, Veterans Day. We decided that we were going to try it. We loved it. I had a few of them reach back out to me and said that they needed to do we needed to do it again. I'm like, okay, so right now we have, I believe, everybody in place for it, and I'm just hoping that they stick with it. The only one I'm not is the Navy, or not Navy, but the Air Force. I'm hoping Robert can do both days. If not, we'll find a replacement for Robert on that Monday.
And Connor's going to talk to some of his friends, and Connor's Air Force and Army vet.
Yeah, but during the first one, he's going to be the Army guy.
Yeah.
I could always get a second Army, or Connor can, deal with that part because Brian is going to be our Navy guy. He's not the host that night. Guess who's the host? Can you guess who the host is?
Your sister.
No, he's in this. He's on screen with us.
It's the wolf behind you.
Yeah,
with the gray beard. With that.
we have Brendan Roy coming back for the Coast Guard, and we have
Brendan is fantastic, man.
Yes.
I hope
He was
we gotta
funny.
let him talk a little bit more this time.
Yeah, that's like last time he didn't talk as much, but I think he had fun doing it. And the Marines, we have none other than Rob Mello coming to be the Marines.
I can't wait to chat with Rob.
You guys are all fucked.
I can't wait to just really.
His mind works this way because he's a fucking Marine. So
the best part about it all is I get these pictures of these guys while they're out of basic, well, they're in basic training when they get the picture. I've only shared Rob Mello's picture with Brian, and it's going to be interesting for people to see what he looks like without the facial hair and the long hair and stuff. It's almost like you without that shit.
He still looks like a psycho, though. I'm just saying.
But everybody else, I asked Connor for a picture. I already have. I have Connor's. I have. It's going to be interesting. I like all this. I like doing this. I like helping out the military. And it's always been. It was a passion of mine to go in, but my dumbass didn't.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be a fun 2-part show at the end of the month. It'll be a fun another partner up with you guys and the different shows. I'm looking forward to it. I've always been a huge supporter of our military and our vets, and so I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really good time. I think Monday. Everybody get your tissues for your issues. Because
William, we do have all different type of horror people on the show.
Watch the show. Sign up.
We'll
let you know.
So
let's get back to the schedule. Let's get back to the schedule.
Yeah,
I have a very special ability of making people feel at ease and comfort when I get into interviewing them. So
you trying to make motherfuckers cry?
I know.
I'll tell you this.
People just
once you get them talking all at once, me and you're just gonna sit back and doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I need a minute, boys. I need a minute.
He needs
but Mondays, like I said, the network kicks off Monday nights with men's mental health. It is all about men's mental health. We are not experts by no means. We're just talking about real life stuff we've been up through, our personal journey, so to say. And we do open the doors to any men that want to come up and join us. The chatter's box is always open as well. And we're all on the same struggle and the same journey, and we want to do our part to erase the stigma. So Monday nights at 7 p.m. Men Caring for Men.
Okay.
Tuesday nights.
Hold up. Time out. You always started on Monday nights. Why?
Because Monday is the beginning of the week.
Technically, no. Sunday is.
Technically, go read your Bible.
I don't give a shit.
Bastard.
Hey, that's what I was always taught. Sunday was the very first,
Sunday is the end of the week. It's the 7th day. It's the day of rest.
Hey, I'm just telling you what
How do you count? I count 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You count backwards.
I count one.
No. Well, in our world, Monday is the start of the week.
Okay, there you go.
Tuesdays is a brand new show. There are 2 episodes in so far. It's Jeff's Garage. Basically, his motto is, if it fits in a garage, we're talking about it.
It's actually a good show.
My penis.
It has. Never mind. Jeff talks about a lot of different things, but if it's got a motor, he'll talk about it.
Yeah, they're gonna talk cars. Tools.
I caught the first one. I didn't catch last week or this past week's. I didn't catch that one because, well, I had, don't take this the wrong way, Jeff, but I had better things to do with, being that it was my anniversary week,
Real quick, anybody else notice that Mark fucking is talking so goddamn much right now, but he didn't fucking talk not one time during the interview?
Because I let you guys
over here.
I let you guys do it.
Yeah.
Hey, mute your mic and let this man go through and tell people what to watch and what days.
I'm gonna give a little synopsis of every show, and then I'll go through and just do a real quick run through of all the shows. Wednesday nights is newly branded, newly renamed What the Fuck News, and that's basically what it is. We're gonna cover current events, entertainment, sports, conspiracy theories, just kind of things that make you go, what the fuck? Not super serious, fun, having a good time, because there's a lot of shit going on. The world's crazy. So and that one's hosted by me as well. Thursday nights is these two assholes talking shit. They're usually doing interviews. They stepped out of their realm, their comfort zone tonight. Typically they're not doing music. They're doing actors and directors from the horror realm. They've had some pretty kick-ass guests on here. Especially if you grew up in the 80s of horror movies, or 90s. If you're a fan of slashers, these guys are not somehow, some way. Mark is going to get them on here. So talking shit. Thursday nights. Friday nights is Glick's House of Music. That's basically what it is. It's a music show. I'm working on locking down guests. My main focus is your local up-and-coming unsigned talent. Getting to talk to them. Obviously, I would love to have bigger names on there as well, but I'm a huge fan of the local music scene. I love these guys that are doing what they do and playing in the clubs and playing in the small venues and whatnot. So that's my main focus. And when I don't have a guest, then we just get a random night of music, and it's just out of my personal playlist from my head. So you may have never heard of some artist or a song, or maybe it's a song you haven't listened to in 30 years, and it's like, oh my God, I forgot about that song. But that's Glick's House of Music. Saturday nights is Nonsensical Nonsense, the flagship show, the main show where it all started. It is unhinged, unapologetic. We try to be funny, except when the guys decide that they're going to roast Glick and end up roasting themselves with their terrible jokes. But we do an open door challenge, and we drop the link in the chatters box, and we invite anybody and everybody to come up. We never know who's going to join us. We never know who's going to be there, but usually we have a lot of fun. And then we end the week on Sunday with the Jeravici podcast. He's usually doing movie reviews, TV. He wants to get into some TV reviews. Old school classic movies, some movies you may have forgotten about, television shows. I know he wants to do Fallout coming up. So Monday through Sunday, man, we got a little something for everybody. Start the week out Monday with Men Caring for Men. Tuesday, Jeff's Garage. Wednesday is What the Fuck News. Thursday is Talking Shit. Friday is Glick's House of Music. Saturday is Nonsensical Nonsense. And Sunday is Jeravici podcast. Well, it's the Jarvis podcast, but we call him Jeravici affectionately.
I heard Wednesday is going to become Wine Wednesday.
Jeff, Wino Wednesday.
Wino Wednesday.
Jeff,
you in? Yo, you guys in? Let's just fucking wine it out, bro.
Yeah, poor
Jeff. I gotta figure out how to get Mark to drink fucking wine. You drink the best wine.
I can't drink wine. It's alcohol, dumbass.
We'll get you
grapes.
I was gonna say I'll just get grape juice. How about that?
And I'll let it sit on your counter for like 4 weeks.
Even Jesus drank wine.
Yeah.
No. Poor Jeff last night. He didn't even get to his conspiracy segments. Jeff fell out. Last night's show started off a little rocky, but don't worry.
A little?
Yeah, it was a lot rocky. It was
I know what you guys were going for. A shit show. We already own that. That's us.
That first hour was it was a dumpster fire shit show. It was an absolute. But you know what? Don't worry, never fear, because Glick is here. and I saved the show and I brought it back around. And we wound up having a really good time. We had a lot of fun last night. A lot of laughs. We introduced our weatherman, Cly Mate, also known as Cly Matete. Him and Rock Lee have a feud. Apparently, Cly Matete is on site. He's catching all the smoke. He's getting his ass beat. Jeff got really drunk. That was funny. Jeff disappeared from the show.
How many hands can he count his fingers on?
Yeah.
My wife sent you a little.
I got that last night. That made me laugh. Jeff said,
"Oh, she went. We were watching, and she said, I think he's going to read it right now." And when you started laughing, I was like, "Holy shit, babe, you got him."
That was funny. And we did lose Jeff last night, but breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff was found this morning. He's safe. He is at home. He was in the chat tonight. We did see him. He just went to go take a piss and fell in the yard and just slept in the grass last night.
No, he was working on one of his broken cars for Jeff's garage.
Yeah. He was counting the blades of grass. We were talking today, and he was like, the fucked up thing is, I'm laying in the yard, and I could hear you assholes laughing and jumping.
Wait a minute, his chair showed up last night. Who?
Yeah, his chair showed up.
Yeah, it was like for a hot second, and then all of a sudden the chair went away.
Yeah. We kept breaking. We had breaking news. We were following that story. Corey Simmons or Simon's in the chat with a throwback, man. Oh man, that takes me back to Periscope, buddy. I had a show on Periscope back years ago, and it was called Vape and Chill, and I did a giveaway, and actually Corey won that giveaway, a hat. Well, I can't even remember what all it was, like a hat, sticker, some vape juice, something. I can't even remember what all it was. But I had a little sponsor back then that made juice, and I'd shout him out and he'd send me free juice. I had like 45 fucking bottles of 200 milliliter bottles of vape juice just chilling in my garage.
I think Mark was working on that for us, right? Not vape juice though, but like
no, it's a different drink I'm trying to work on. It's called do you remember the name?
Is it Lucky Fuck?
Yes.
Nice.
We really
Lucky Fuck energy. We really want Lucky Fuck energy.
Talking shit is brought to you by Lucky Fuck.
Lucky Fuck.
That would be
Lucky Fuck. You found talking shit. How about
that? Would be great.
Are they really lucky?
So, hey Brian, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Since we don't have a guest next week, what are we doing?
Oh my God, bro. I heard about this podcast that does this thing on Saturday night, and they call it the Open Door Challenge. You guys want to fucking do an open door challenge?
That sounds actually like a really cool concept. I bet the guy who came up with that was probably sexy as hell and has an amazing beard. I'm just saying.
No, I think he was drunk, and then he wanted to see penises, and he was like, "Please come to my show and show me penis."
Before that, I think that we can have an open door challenge. That's not a problem. And since we're on the network, we can actually use that name. Because before I didn't want to use that name.
And I told you guys before you could use it.
But let's come up with some type of I know people want to come in talk shit.
Hi, Nikki. Hello.
Let's have a certain subject. I told you before I wanted to talk about something, and we never really went into it.
Hemorrhoids. He wants to talk about hemorrhoids and where they come from and what they do. And
would you like to see mine? No.
Is it
God no. God no.
Is it pro-life?
Mine hurts right now because I'm listening to you. So
yeah, well, let's talk about
what you want to talk about?
Serial killers.
Serial.
Anyone in particular, or a group?
Let's just talk about serial killers. Let's bring up just have people whoever want to talk about.
R.I.P. Lucky Charms, gone too soon.
I mean, we don't have to bring up their. I mean, you can talk about their victims, but we don't have to come up with names. You could say why they're, something like that. It could even be it could be even fictional serial killers. For movies. I don't give a shit.
Oh, I was gonna say
Jack the Ripper is in fact real.
Oh, I know that.
We're just gonna start making up like serial killers, like.
Oh God, no, we're not doing that shit.
Frank,
no, you fucking
killer.
Hey, maybe you know something about a serial killer I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, hey, did you know?
Did you know that Ohio is known
for serial killer capital of the world or the United States?
It can't be. It's Florida.
No,
we wouldn't.
It's Ohio.
It's Ohio.
Fuck off.
We got the most presidents born here. We're the birthplace of aviation and serial killer capital of the world.
Goes California next, and then Florida.
Yeah, which is crazy because in the 70s, serial killers were running rampant all up and down California.
According to statistics, serial killers there's over 100 a year that have not been caught.
Yeah, active today.
Did you know that in a room of 36 people, one is a killer? I'm not saying serial killer. One is a killer. 1 in 36. Did you know that?
Well, I already know which one. If we're in a room, I know which one I'm picking.
Don't pick me.
Don't
kick me off the elevator.
Is that like a room on Saturday night when there's a lot of people on a podcast? You already know you're in the bed.
Yeah. He may or may not have red hair.
He may or may not be in the chatter's box. Just saying.
I was just saying, you have red hair, Mark.
Oh, mine's not like his, though.
No, I don't. I have a hat.
All right, so guys, I wanted to thank everybody for the show tonight. It was absolutely fantastic. Glick, thank you for joining us on Glick's House of Music and talking shit.
Thank you, Cody. We're gonna have to get you back on our show to talk about 259.
Yeah, hurry up with the fucking movie already. We're ready to see this thing.
It's done.
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, it's not out yet.
Done. Yeah, hurry the fuck up with the movie, Cody. Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey.
He shows me this preview and he's like, hey, look. And then we're like, so what the fuck happened?
Well, that's the object of it, He wants you to
it's called a tease.
Wait till it comes out. I can't wait for 259 to come out because a lot of our guests that we've had on here is in that movie.
Are going to be in 259. Richie Ramone is in 259.
Yeah. I mean, Sanaya, she's in it.
He almost did not fuck up her name.
Yeah, no. I was trying not to.
It's hard, bro. Like I named my kids. I named my kids something that I knew that other people would know how to say. Like, hey, this is Madison.
Hey,
this is Michaela.
If it was up to me, I would have called mine 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, first of all, when we went to school together, we had this what's that called? A pact. We had a pact, Mark and I don't know. Mark failed. It was whoever had the first child and named her first, him or her, yo bitch was going to be the name.
Okay, first off,
you fucking failed.
Hey, I didn't get a say in my oldest's name, so
listen, I just need to hear yo bitch to the office. You failed.
I'm surprised Alan didn't call his kid that. Just saying.
Listen, we had a great time, man. Anyway, let's get back to the show. I wanted to thank everybody for watching tonight. Thank you very much. We've had a bunch of people in the chatters box or the comments box. I don't like stealing other people's shit, Click. So it's the comment section. But
Gallery.
No, man.
What do you think we're doing with the open door challenge, dumbass?
It's the Chatters.
Listen,
Welcome to the network.
I'm borrowing it that day. I'm borrowing it that day.
Welcome to the network. Now you have to say Chatters Box. Now you can't leave.
I want to thank Richie for coming on and giving us some insight. And if anybody knows anybody that has a Richie Ramone signed album that says Richie Bo, it is worth a lot of money. Send it to me. I'll show you how to get the money. Okay. Check out.
Do you know what album that signature is on?
No, but I'll find it. Don't worry. Check out the Nonsensical Network. These guys over here, they're playing games and they got all kinds of crazy stuff going on for you. So please check them out, and maybe you'll find your favorite over there.
Yeah, go check out last night's What the Fuck. It was quite interesting.
I corrected the track. It was the train was derailed, but I got it back on the track. And
I didn't say anything about that. I just said it was an interesting show.
As Ozzy once said, "Crazy train." It was a crazy train. Yeah.
That's
for you music historian buffs or music buffs or memorabilia collectors, if you want to search that album that has Richie Bo on it, it is Subterranean Jungle. It was the first album that it actually wasn't on.
Oh yeah, Subterranean. Yep.
He was in the videos. That was his first appearance with the Ramones.
Yep. Because he didn't know that he was going to be a Ramone for like 2 or 3 shows. Is that what he said?
No, 3 months.
3 months. So, all right, guys, let's take it home.
I'm already home.
We are home.
Oh. From us here at Talking Shit, my name is Brian. Down here we got. No.
We're supposed to. No, hold up. You're supposed to say him first.
Okay, fine. I got this. From us here at Talking Shit, this is Glick. Glick.
Hey, I'm Glick.
Hello? My name is Brian.
What show am I doing tonight? Oh, hey, it's Glick from Glick's House of Music.
My name is Brian.
Oh, it's my turn now?
Jesus fucking.
I'm Mark.
This guy wants gummies.
Yes, I do.
Send Mark gummies. His address is.
Yeah, right. I'm Mark, and we're out of
his
here.
phone number too after you give his address out.
Yeah, I'll give Brian's first.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.